not involved even within the uninvolvement itself. In this way, naturally, there is no involvement with body and mind, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, knowing or not knowing, seeing or not seeing. If we not involved with anything naturally, that is from not involvement within the non-involvement itself, non-attachment will happen on its own. So let's often open up as such. Be direct to help through the liberation, through the enlightenment, cutting through deluded knowing, cutting through the consciousness directly. Help through unwinding and releasing directly. There is no need any rituals here. Rituals means there must be an obligation in this way or that way first. These are rituals. Having to know first, having to understand first in order to let go. There is no need that. Uninvolved within the uninvolvement itself right away. No grasping for the letting go itself. There is no need and obligation to do this or that first. All rituals are all about practicing of the suffering, physical suffering. There is no need to be afraid of losing the mind, not grasping for the non-grasping itself. Naturally, the mind will not take on the mind. It will not take in itself. That which has nothing to do with grasping or not grasping. Let's proceed altogether like this. Not grasping will happen automatically. The mind naturally, the body naturally, seeing and knowing naturally will not be about grasping itself. Cutting through is natural and automatic in this way. This has nothing to do with grasping or not grasping with everything. Non-attachment will happen naturally. If you try to attach or not attach, this kind of trying, that's let's not involve with engaging or disengaging. That is the non-attachment by itself. Not involved with engaging or disengaging with everything. Let's end the short. Whatever that is left, even a little bit, let's end it. Proceed with everything constantly so that it can be out of all about consideration, thinking over, on and on, which is like stirring up. You can think, but knowing how to get out of it. Knowing how to think and getting out of it. Often proceed with everything. Often with everything out. Shine out. Scattering, shining out. Everything is uninvolved within the uninvolvement itself. This is helping through unwinding and releasing and liberation together with everything. This is not just about connecting through knowing and seeing with anything, simultaneously helping through unwinding and releasing and liberation with everything, not involved within the non-involvement itself, discarding this kind of involvement or non-involvement. Discarding the non-involvement itself with everything. This is not in the way of connecting through the mind, through seeing and knowing. This is instead through helping through unwinding and releasing and liberation. Seeing and knowing is already there. There is no need to emphasizing on it. Helping through unwinding and releasing and liberation right away. There is no need to practice it. When you use your consciousness, it's naturally happening. When it doesn't need to be used, there is nothing that is happening with the knowing or consciousness. So there is no need to try to emphasize on the practice of consciousness. Knowing or consciousness is already there. It doesn't grasp you. It is like that. Being direct. There is no need to repeat, to emphasize on the mind with consciousness, knowing or seeing. Whenever it's needed to be used, it will be happening on its own. And when it needs to rest, it will be on its own. To practice it, that's it. It becomes practicing the suffering of the minds. Whether it is morality, this is all about practicing of mental karma, karma overlaying dharma. There is no need to repeat. There is no need to emphasize on it. Use the essence of the enlightenment, cutting through deluded knowing right away, directly. Naturally, it will have nothing to do with having the mind or no mind, understanding or not understanding, having mind or no minds. Being direct, there is no need to going around and around. Being direct will purify itself. Ending being direct itself. There is no need to going around and around. Even being direct is not the way. This is from discarding, from the discarding itself, that which has nothing to do with discarding or not. purification through being direct itself, not going forward, straight forward to anywhere, to whichever universities. Because that is like learning and being taught to mislead, to make someone become someone. And being direct itself, where are you going to any enlightenment path? Let's purify this being direct towards the enlightenment path, not involved even within the non-involvement itself. The more one is going straight forward to any path, it becomes like a curve, going around and around. Let's discard the discarding itself. Let's use the enlightenment to help end samsara, cutting through deluded knowing to help end for samsara. Discard disengaging itself, not involved with disengagement itself, self-purification in the letting go, in the putting down itself. All that has been mentioned here is the essence of every Buddha era to help end for samsara for all beings. It's the essence of all Buddhas from every Buddha era to help, to be used to help end for samsara totally. From the samsara of special insights, of opinions, of wisdoms in intelligence, samsara of Dhamma, desire within Dhamma, causes of suffering in Dhamma. This is called samsara within Dhamma. All that is mentioned is to help end for samsara, samsara of opinions and meanings, samsara of Dhamma, samsara of special insights, samsara within contemplation, within concentration, meditation, meditative absorption, samsara within equanimity, within single-mindedness. This is all about samsara within Dhamma. There is still significance and meanings in it. Even in the single-mindedness, still having significance and meaning in it. This is subtle thing. Stillness like this is still giving significance and meanings within it. What is there within stillness and indifference? What is there within the stillness? This is still minding inward, not outward. Still giving significance and meanings inwardly. What is there within stillness and indifference? This is engaging inwardly, It is the desire that is inward, not outward. It is the delusive attachment inward, not outward, which is called samsara within mindfulness concentration, within meditative absorption, within meditative power, delusive attachment within Dhamma. All variations of Dhamma, not involved within the non-involvement itself, that which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement. Releasing without taking on, releasing. Unwinding without taking in, unwinding. Liberation without grasping for liberation. Constantly open up with everything. This will purify all the habits of the delusive attachment, which is maintaining, sustaining within body, minds, feelings. When thinking of everything, then it will be out of that is in its maintaining and sustaining state. It's not about open up for everything in the way of looking for or finding out something or searching for something. This is helping through the enlightenment, cutting through deluded knowing as helping with everything, open up with everything. That which has no limits. Everything that is beyond everything. Go ahead. That which has no limits is from not grasping for the non-grasping itself, then it will be beyond everything. This is not about adding on with desire into everything. Everything is from not grasping for the non-grasping itself. The great compassion, that which has nothing to do with discarding or not discarding, engaging or disengaging, no clinging within the path to the enlightenment, no clinging to the path to the enlightenment, that which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement. This is the mode of the great compassion, helping to purify for samsara, that which has nothing to do with involvement or non-involvement. That which has nothing to do with engagement or disengagement, no clinging to the path to the enlightenment. This is all about the essence of the great compassion, the purification of the emptiness for samsara.